In today's Hardy Boys mystery, Chet Morton picks up photography as a new hobby, just in time to help Frank and Joe solve a bank robbery. Wait, this is a Babysitter's Club book? Oh, sorry, my mistake.
Argo Font Book Review, Argo Font Book Review.
This book was written by Ellen Miles. Claudia has to go to summer school for math this year. I don't know why she never goes to summer school for spelling. She clearly needs it. To make summer school slightly less awful, Claudia's parents are letting her take photography with the super hot Mr. Geist.
Let me say right now that I don't have a crush on Mr. Geist. Well, okay, maybe I do have a little one. I admit he's kind of cute for an old guy. He has a great smile, too.
I'm having terrible flashbacks of the time Stacy had the hots for a teacher. Ugh. Well, Claudia loves photography, and she gives several lectures on how film development works. As I know from playing the Nancy Drew Danger by Design video game, you have to develop film in total darkness. If light gets on your film, it's ruined. That's what happens when Janine opens the bathroom door. This makes no sense for two reasons. One, why does Janine open the bathroom door when she knows her sister is inside? That's gross. Two, why doesn't Claudia lock the door if she doesn't want people to open it? In the subplot, the kids want to do a project for Dawn, just like they did 15 books ago. Dawn's 6-month trip sure is taking a while, isn't it? The kids decide they're going to make a photo book. They'll go all over town and take photos of random strangers and stuff. That will make Dawn want to come back home for sure. During the photo run, Claudia becomes obsessed with the bank building. She uses up more than a full roll of film trying to capture its essence. On the radio the next day, she hears a special news report. The bank has just been robbed! Somebody stole hundreds of thousands of dollars! Gee, wouldn't it be a crazy coincidence if Claudia got a picture of the culprit? Claudia's pictures show a woman with a baby carriage and a male banker. We know he's a banker because he has a suit and a banker's watch. A visible watch is in the pictures. I'm pointing that out for later. There's a follow-up news report which confirms the robbery happened between 1 and 4 on Sunday. That's a 3-hour window, and Claudia was only there for, 15 minutes at most? But the girls decide Claudia clearly captured the moment of the crime, and the banker is guilty. There's obviously no other reason why a banker would be near a closed bank. Janine points out that this is a wild accusation without any proof whatsoever. The girls ignore her. They go to the police, where they meet Sergeant Johnson, an officer with clear blue eyes. He's handsome, which is how you know he's going to be a reoccurring character from now on. Johnson remembers the BSC from previous mystery books, and he's glad to have their help on the case. He says the photos are definitely circumstantial evidence, but for some reason he doesn't keep the photos. I guess crime solvers in this town don't like evidence. The girls have a stakeout at the bank, which is a dumb idea if you think about it. The culprit already robbed the bank. There's no way you'll catch the culprit in action when the crime has already been committed. They see the woman with the baby carriage. She doesn't want people to look inside the carriage, and maybe it's because she's got bags of stolen money inside. The girls rudely open up the carriage to see that there's a baby inside. Now they woke up the sleeping baby. Way to ruin everything, babysitters. The banker is named Mr. Zabreski. They spy on him during his lunch break, but wouldn't you know it, he's not the kind of person who confesses to crimes in public restaurants. Darn, he must be a clever criminal. Claudia remembers she has some undeveloped pictures of the bank. While she's developing them, somebody opens the bathroom door and ruins the pictures. Claudia's imagination runs wild. She thinks the culprit followed her home and broke into her house to ruin her photos. Ah! But at the end of the book, Janine confesses she's the one who ruined the pictures. It was an accident. Luckily, Marianne has more pictures. She actually took pictures of Claudia while Claudia was taking pictures. It's kind of weird, but helpful to the mystery. One picture shows that the lights inside the bank were turned on. A clue! They return to Sergeant Johnson, who gives them all the details about the case. In real life, I'm pretty sure police officers don't trust random teenagers with confidential information. Johnson says Zabreski is their top suspect since he lied about his alibi. Sadly, they can't arrest him because they can't prove a time frame. Yes, The police can't figure out how to prove a time frame, even though they have photos of the suspect carrying a visible watch. These police officers are idiots. That's probably the real reason why Johnson wants the BSC to solve this case. The police are clearly too dumb to do it themselves. To make things even stupider, there is a second visible clock. It's in most of the pictures. We don't get told where it is, so I'm just going to assume there's a random clock hanging on the outside wall of the bank. I don't know, it's weird. The BSC put all the photos in chronological order. They learned Zabreski entered the bank between 1 and 1:30. So now they have a solid time frame, just like the police requested. The Babysitters Club does absolutely nothing with this evidence. I'm sorry, you thought that it would be important to solving the crime? No! It's a random thing the girls do and immediately forget about. All of the kids argue over which photos should go in Dawn's scrapbook, and there's a fake-out when Claudia sees a woman using an ATM in some photos. The woman has a huge pile of money, so maybe she's the thief! Janine interrupts here and says, ATMs only carry $20 bills, or at least that was the case when the book was written in 1994. So if the stolen money is in 20s, there would be at least 10,000 bills, which is clearly not the case, so the woman's innocent. The solution to the mystery comes to Claudia in a dream. She dreams about seeing a large picture, and she decides to enlarge the photos. When you zoom in on Zabreski's hand, you see he has a wristwatch. Why does he have a wristwatch and a pocket watch? Furthermore, it looks like the pocket watch never changes time ever. Sergeant Johnson and the babysitters interrogate Zabreski because, of course, the police let babysitters inside the interrogation room. Zabreski confesses the pocket watch is fake. It hides the key to the safe deposit box where he hid all the money. The girls get credit for solving the mystery, Dawn loves her photo book, and nobody ever questions why Zabreski didn't keep his pocket watch inside his pocket. The end. Post-book follow-up. In Chapter 3, the girls wonder if Mrs. Barrett and Mr. DeWitt will get engaged. They do get engaged in Book 77, which came out the same month as this book. So this book technically came out before Book 77, which makes no sense. Book 73 clearly indicates that in double book months, the main series book comes first, with mysteries second. This book says mysteries come first with the main series second. Which one is it? Continuity. This book has a suspect problem. For the majority of the book, Zabreski is the main suspect. They introduce a fake-out suspect almost at the end and immediately clear her, so she's not an effective suspect. The woman with the baby carriage was also an ineffective suspect who was cleared quickly. Smart readers will know Zabreski has to be the culprit by virtue of being the only suspect. I like Janine's role in this book. Outside of photography lectures and babysitting chapters, the book was generally interesting and well written. But this is a mystery book, and the mystery is pretty bad. The solution comes to Claudia in a dream. The fact that the police couldn't make a time frame, even though there are multiple visible clocks in the photos, and all of the trips to stake out the bank were pointless. In particular, Chapter 6's stakeout was pure filler. The kids play an alphabet game, and Stacy is shocked to see the banker at the bank. A banker at a bank? How unexpected! I'd say the good book and the bad mystery balance each other out, so I give it the average score, but minus 1 point for the bad subplot. It was not interesting to see the kids make a photo book, and it was kind of stupid of Claudia not to realize, oh yeah, the kids took dozens of photos, I should look at them! I give Babysitters Club Mystery number 16, Claudia and the Clue in the Photograph, a 4 out of 10.